Yo, what's good, y'all? Happy Thanksgiving. Next episode of BMB Live TV. So, guys, check this out. I got a few things that I want to throw at you. First of all, this is probably the first Thanksgiving in, man, long time that I've been super excited to be there. Now, everyone has things that come up in their life. Everybody got something that they're going to be not necessarily regretful, but I wish we would have done something a little different. Hindsight 2020 type thing. But I want to take a moment, man, and really kind of emphasize something. And again, my opinions are my opinions. That's it. If there's no one else influenced by them. This is what I feel and what I think. So if we don't agree, that's totally fine. Turn it off or don't listen to it. But these are my opinions and thoughts. All right. So I've thought about whether I wanted to be very descriptive in detail about some of this stuff, and I was thinking, no, I shouldn't do that, but actually, I need to. And I want people to understand that this is coming from a place of awareness. All right, this is something I want people to understand, that you're not by yourself when you're struggling trying to make yourself all right, and everything else is working against you. It seems so. This is something like that. So I need to tell you guys what's happening. So I am extremely happy today. I've been looking forward to this Thanksgiving, and the more we was getting close to it, I smiled more than I thought I would be. Like, I'm not bothered by much, and I don't feel that all that heavy anxiety I used to. And a big piece of that is that everyone over the past 10 years that's tried to break me down, they did not win. They almost did now, almost. I can't even front, almost. But to come from where I was at physically, mentally, emotional, and spiritually, I am a completely different person. Completely different. Before I had any traumatic stuff go down the way I was before, with the ambition and the enthusiasm, and I can see what I want to do in a couple of years, I lost every bit of that. Every bit of that. And it was a very screwed up situation. We'll get into some of that stuff probably later on. But the big thing about it is being away from my children. And I can't tell you guys how hard that was. I can't tell you how hard it was. And I'm sitting in Albany, my children up in North Carolina. I'm in and out of the hospital. Got that whole diagnosis that 4 or 5 months I'll be in a wheelchair. In a year I'd be dead. I mean, that was tough to see. And then I'm looking at Facebook, I see pictures and videos of my kids doing wonderful. They're smiling, they're happy with their side of the family. I'm the only person missing from the photos, and everyone's happy. So, I mean, you can understand depression in that aspect. So all the degrees that I have as far as academics, also I've done professionally with sports, and just, all of it was just taken from me. And one of the big things it did was make me try to figure out how in the world can I still be myself, and take away the things that I used to do that got me in trouble. And really, y'all, the biggest thing was the awareness. That's the biggest part of it. But I can tell you that what I feel so different right now is that I literally can see how things are going to be going in the future. I don't have this whole depressed and heavy feeling anymore. Things have worked out with Bryce and Aaron a whole lot, and we're going to have them a lot more than we used to. And this is the first Thanksgiving with these two that I've spent. And Aaron's birthday is tomorrow too, and this is the first one that I've done with him like that. And it's an amazing feeling, it really is. Because my kids know that I love them, but to be able to show it, that's what this is about. And I am so thankful right now, mainly for the people in my life that have made me realize that I have to have God first and foremost, period. I thought that I was doing that before, but I wasn't, because I had about 2% that I could do myself. I can work out, I can talk to someone a certain way, I can help this. I got something that I could do on my own that I felt like I could do, so I didn't have to depend completely on God. That's what was wrong. Surrender everything, give it to Him, and I'm telling you, it's been a gradual just release of all that pressure, all that stress, and focus more on having a good time and loving people and doing my craft. I want y'all to understand something, man. Right now, the way I feel is that I don't care about who has an issue with what I do, who I am, what I'm about, or what's happened. I don't care. My number one thing right now is my family. My wife is always going to be there at the top. Us two together as a married couple are going to do things with the children, because you can't have the kids being number one past the spouse that you have or past being a parent. That's when there's a breakdown in communication and nothing goes well. One parent doesn't take care of all the kids. The couple, the union takes care of them. So because I don't have to worry about how people are gonna view me, how something's gonna work out right now, I don't have to worry. So I'm so much better, y'all. But it is because of God doing it for me. But someone had to help me to get there. Somebody had to tell me something that was gonna make me realize, you know what? You've got to depend on Him to go forward. And doing that, it was a long road, but no, we're okay. One of the biggest things I've done recently is that I made peace with something in myself. A lot of folks will say something about something bad about me would be that I don't start things on time or end on time, or I talk a little bit too much or not enough, that kind of thing. And I know people probably don't understand why it's like that, but that is something I really try to work on. But there's a lot of PTSD moments that I have right before I try to do something, and I can't start on time because there's something in me that it's a bad feeling. We'll go to that kind of stuff later on. How some people have to be the first person to go somewhere, or they got to sit with their back not facing a door. I have to be the last one to come into a room and get started. I know that's weird, and people don't never heard that before, but it's a big PTSD thing with me. If there's folks that are going to come in a room after I do, then it really makes me not be able to function very well. So that stuff has helped a whole lot. I've been able to really not have to dwell so much on that. But when I'm thinking about how amazing life has turned, it is only because of patience and faith. That's it. There's nothing else. Even when I was at the best parts, what I thought I had was not like this. Everything now feels so much better. The folks that did not want me to succeed, the people that turned their back on me, I almost really appreciate you. Because now I got a chance to see how many folks are actually going to stick with me regardless of what happens. And it's been in the single digits, the number of people that have done that. It used to hurt, but it doesn't anymore. I'm good now. So the part that I feel about the training that's different is that I don't really care about how people view or how hard or how soft I don't train or whatever. I don't really care much about that anymore, because really, I'm not in charge of everyone's workout. I mean, the people that I train here for as martial arts or anything else we do, I'm not in charge of the workout. And what does that mean? That means that I'm going to teach you how to defend yourself. And a lot of times that is going to be something slower than what you think. You can't learn something as fast as you would do it in real time. Can't do that. So my number one focus is to make sure that we understand what we're doing, how to do it, and also how to process. So if I'm going through certain techniques and I'm trying to make sure we get what's going on, sometimes, y'all, we have to sit down and talk. Because if we don't let everyone know how we feel about some very hard situations or see where to make us feel self-conscious and things, we're going to miss the whole boat. Case in point, if something happened to you when you was tiny, there's been a physical altercation, whether you were beat up pretty bad or had other horrible word or to make someone do something they don't want to do, if we don't know sometimes how that has affected you or that you've been through it, we can't plan accordingly. So we are not going to just say we're going to break boundaries. We're going to do that. We've got to break boundaries, and only when we do that, we've got to be honest. So for when I am sitting in here with the class with people, and I have a moment where we're doing more talking and bonding than actually training, we're still training. Because guys, there's nowhere in the world we're going to make our intensity of how hard we do something matter more than how much we understand it. That's how people lose, because I don't want to care about nothing, just let me go. I'm not going to do that, right? So if you guys come to train with me, we are going to make sure we understand what's going on. Now, why is it so difficult working with me? Because I make it mental. I make it emotional. I make it personal. So it's not just the actual physicality of something. You have to understand and feel something and be honest with yourself. You're not bad as you thought you were. You're not as good as you thought you were. So you have to almost start at a clean slate. But I can tell you guys the stuff that helps me so much now, I don't have any pressure to try to be who other people would like for me to be. So there's two things that I'm going to do right now. So first one, To be honest with you guys, let y'all know that, man, I haven't posted a whole lot of training stuff with me in it because I'm very embarrassed about what's happened to my body. I mean, being sick like I was, the medications I had, not being able to train much. I mean, my body's been through it, and you know, feel like I look like a Teletubby right now, but you know, that just because I care about how I look. You know, I'm not hesitant to teach people, but to put something out that can be scrutinized, it did bother me some. But you know what? I don't care anymore. Because I started thinking about too, man, the people that do all these videos and these training things that folks listen to, how many of them are out of shape? I mean, I haven't seen women at all. So anyone that is wrestling or doing jiu-jitsu or sparring or doing college, they're trained, whatever they're doing, they're already physically gifted in that area to show you how to do it. But that's not always the case. We're not always in competition. We're trying to do self-defense. And self-defense normally is the best thing to do with someone that is not physically in shape, or someone that's not as tall, as big, as strong, or as knowledgeable as other people will be. Why is someone going to go over there and see Goku, go try to hit Goku? Why don't do that? No, go get Mr. Popo. That's who they going to get. No one's going to introduce themselves to something they can't win, right? We're talking about a self-defense part. So, I mean, that's something I really want to make sure that people understand that we have to do it full circle. And in doing that, if I still show you guys all the things that I can do, even with all the crap my body's been through. Some of y'all saw that hematoma on my head over here, we pushed out this way, and the swelling that happens sometimes. All that crazy stuff that went on my body, I don't need to shy away from that. Because I can be more effective to show you that regardless of what my body looks like or your body looks like, this still works. So if there's someone that's already in shape telling you how to get in shape, yeah, you got it, but I can't relate to you. So if I can teach people how to be dominant as I can be dominant, and my body's not completely feeling the best, that's what's going to stick to you. And those are the things that I've been doing over the years, and I still do that now. So I want to shortly get this part. We're going to let this holiday get on, man. These things we're going to do, these podcasts we're going to do, this is going to be so people can understand what I feel needs to change so that the world is going to be better. Now again, it's my opinion, no one else's. One I do want to talk real quick, this whole thing about what we define ourselves as, right? So first of all, I have zero issue with anyone that is homosexual, that is transgender, or whatever else you would. I don't care. Personally, I have no stake in it. I'm not happy or sad or angry. I'm not anything about it. Because the people are who I look at. I don't walk with the fool and ask you, are you gay or are you transgender? Then I say, well, hey, my name's Brandon. We're more like that. I don't care about that. God loves every one of us. I love you too. We're supposed to love thy neighbor and we love thyself, right? So, hey, I love all of you. I may not agree with what you do, but that still has nothing to do with the person that you are for me. I can still interact with someone and not pick up all of their characteristics. As long as we respect each other's opinion, we're good to go. But what I will tell you, we have got to make sure we stop putting pressure on people to do something that is not even really concerned them for why they have to do it. What I mean, if I don't call you she or he or ma'am or sir, if I do it the wrong way, hey, I'm not trying to be rude to you. But when I look at someone, if I don't know you're male or female, I kind of have to guess, you know. And if it's something that you do wrong when you say it, hey, I'm sorry, dude, I didn't know. You know, no one has to be so uptight about that. Because this whole fitting into things that we think we should be fitting into, that's creating so much more division, right? So there's nowhere in the world anyone is going to live the life that is on TV. If you're going to be gay, you're going to think about being a transgender person, you're going to do the taboo things that folks say are not normal. Let's not think of the Lil Nas X videos, that's how it's going to be, because it's not. If you're going to show all of that stuff that happened on videos, you got to show the negative part too. Because not everyone's going to be able to live like that. Not everyone's going to have support. Not everyone's going to find someone that's going to love them in return. There are a lot of people who will be persecuted. Your families are probably not going to enjoy that stuff. The people that may like you, they can't come out themselves because they're not ready for that. And all of that is another form of separation, and we're not able to blend our everything together as people because people don't like this and they're going to talk about it. I don't want anyone to feel like you have something going on so bad you can't talk to someone, because when that happens, now you're alone, and why are you even here? That's where those bad thoughts come in your life come from. We don't need that, right? So again, I cannot do what you do, but I still love you as a person, and you feel that love because I'm not thinking about being a better person to you. I love you. I got vices that people maybe don't have, but those are my things. So we don't judge each other based on that. The main thing we're trying to do is make this a better place because people are together. That's the biggest piece of it, right? Now, if there's someone that does not understand your lifestyle, give them an opportunity to try to do that. Let's not just ridicule someone or say they're being hateful. Sometimes people just don't know. They just don't know. I don't like frogs, I don't like toads, and people know that I'm like that, but what a lot of folks don't understand, even some black people never thought about it, that toad used to be a very controversial term. It was a racial slur sometimes. And so I say call a black person a toad. Why that? Toads can jump, right? Black athletes can jump. That's still been there. So some people are, oh my God, I didn't know that. Or you say someone's a buck, right? Young buck. Whenever there was a slave being sold in the marketplace, you look up there, you see the good one, that's a book. So if someone calls you a young book, let's not think that there's not a problem with that, all right? So this, where words come from and what they mean. That's the biggest part of what I'm trying to say there. But guys, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you want to be an athlete, whether you're not, it doesn't even matter. It does not matter. You don't have to do something because I'm doing something. I don't have to do something because you're doing something. The level of respect goes that we have to sit here and not think our own rationale is why something should happen or not, right? We just got to be open and talk to each other. If no one says anything, you can't make adjustments. So don't get mad at someone. But if you may know how you feel about something and people don't change it, now it's starting to be a problem that you can really see something to. Guys, we got to stop dividing ourselves because we think we know it all. Or we don't know anything about something, so we're going to be afraid of it and stay away from it. That's not how we do that. I want to challenge our martial arts instructors, teachers, adults, anyone that's in a position of authority that folks want to come talk to you. I don't want anyone to feel like we here are so holier than thou, or that we've reached a point where we're so divine in spirit and nothing goes wrong. I don't want to feel that way. But I need y'all to get something. If you don't understand the issues that the people below you deal with, how can you help them? So if you don't know why someone talks about something in this Lil Nas X video, or why is this person talking about this going to go this way, why is it that people hate homosexuals, we can't get married? If you don't understand what's going on, you cannot help them. So you can't say, well, I don't focus on that, I'm focused on my walk with God. Well, if you're doing that, you got to pay attention to everyone, because it's not going to be exclusive to anyone. We are under God's control. Right now, the covenant we're under now, everyone is going to be the same. We're all one people in the body of Christ. That's why we got to think about that real good before we judge people. So I just want to make sure that you guys get that, man. We don't need to make each other feel bad, but we do need to understand what's going on. If you're an atheist, you probably shouldn't go into church and start talking about something. I mean, unless you're invited, it's probably not a good thing for you to do. But I want y'all to know too, man, that just because someone has a different vice than you doesn't mean that you're better than them at all, or that you're worse than them. Everyone has something. But today, let's try to see what we can do to make our individuality something that's a positive thing. If you like to golf, go for it, love it, go do it. You like to collect spiders, cool, go for it, do it. Let's not ridicule folks because of them doing something we don't do or we don't understand. Right now, y'all, I can tell you I'm so happy today because I can't find a reason to just be mad about something. I can't. I really can't. My kids are happy. My wife is happy. My mom is happy. A lot of my family is happy. Some of the people I'm not talking to, they're happy. We're just not communicating. But, you know, there's not a whole bunch of this heavy negativity going on right now. And we're going to keep spreading that love to everyone. So, guys, when Thanksgiving is over, you guys come on in here and let's set up some training time together. I got a lot of big things coming up. We're going to start working with kids and people with disabilities. We're going to go ahead and get started with people that want to power lift, some weightlifting coming up, bodybuilding, also tons of martial arts stuff. Guys, we got a lot to do. So if you guys want to, please get in touch with us on the Facebook page, me personally, to Jennifer personally, however you want to, or just post something out there and tag us in it. I want to help everyone, especially in the community here in Andrews, get better. And we have started to see the people right here walking are not so hopeless looking right now. People come in, they ask questions. You can see that they're trying to say, you know what? Maybe we can do this. Let's expound on that, y'all. Let's go ahead and change the world. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Peace.